I just thought it really came down to those 4 possessions in the second half where, we come down, Turan takes a 3 in transition. They come down and Utah takes a 3 in transition. We come down and I think what do? We score. Then Clemens gets the 3 late in the clock in the corner in front of their bench. We foul, then we give a second shot, and White hits a 6-3 of the year. So they get 11 points in 4 possessions. And, a low-scoring battle like that, and it's hard to overcome for teams. So really thought that, that from whatever it is, 7-17 on was really the difference in the game.
Tim, is the frustration level growing, still missing your 2 centers and seeing the other teams, go
Feast
in there?
inside on us. Yeah. We tried to, you're really in a conundrum with Iowa because they've got guys that can make threes,
Right.
Utah and Gasell, I think, even though he's not looking right now. And obviously Oglesby and Jock can make threes, so you're really, you've got to go in there and help Dave and help Walter, but just career high, and Olacini did a great job making his free throws, for a peculiar looking free throw, that thing is nothing but the bottom of the net, so you have to credit him. That's a game, I think part of the game is really improved.
Were you surprised they didn't try to go inside more in the second half, or did you do a better job, you think, denying the entry test?
You want me to take the bait on that one, I thought, if your ball pressure is good, sometimes it's hard to go inside. I thought we were pretty tough on the ball in the second half. Usually that's, it's hard. You don't have a clean angle. I thought we handled some of their actions pretty well, getting through their screens. So, it was definitely an emphasis for us to give those guys more help in a lot of different ways besides just, things we don't have in place right now.
Turan got hurt in the first half. He came limping off the floor. He has
a shin bruise that's extremely painful and certainly hurt his quickness. He couldn't get a corner. He couldn't, but we need him. And, he played through a lot of pain. And the trainer told me that, he's not going to hurt worse. But if he bangs it, it's really going to hurt. We probably need to take him out for a bit, get some ice on, and then get him back in. But, he toughed it out. Shields toughed it out, I thought, early. I don't know, it was like the first, 12 minutes of the game, something like that.
Coach, when you're looking forward to the rest of the Big Ten schedule, is it more intimidating? You see so many teams that are in that right below Wisconsin tier, or is that more like an opportunity?
Define looking forward to the rest of the Big Ten schedule, Reed. You gotta love to compete, and if you're in this league, you gotta love the grind, and you gotta want to go out every night. So we're gonna take tomorrow off and travel tomorrow when we can, and then we have a 1-day prep, for Rutgers, and they're really athletic and physical, and we battled on the glass tonight, but at the same time we're gonna have to really be ready for that game. That's gonna be a one of those low scoring, I would imagine, brawls, and. But right now, that's the way we have to play and to compete.
Tim, you guys had to rely on your young guys like Taryn and Nick, especially early on in the first half. I guess, how well do you think they responded to the challenge and playing maybe some of the most extensive playing time?
I thought Taryn did some really good things. I thought he had one kind of questionable decision on a shot and a turnover, basically essentially a turnover that hurt us in the first half. But I think he did a nice job. And I thought Nick Fuller did a good job, came in, made a bucket. We just need some bench scoring, and Ty's just not there right now. So we just said, Nick, baby, go get him. And I thought he did a nice job. So, I think we'll be better as time goes on, but we still need, more bench, even with Moses and Leslie coming back, we still need a perimeter that can, take the load off Turan and Shimano a little bit and give those guys some rest.
What is it the White does that gets him to the line so much as you're breaking
down?
Well,
I don't know that I've seen a faster kid down the floor. He kind of starts out and he strides out his first 2 steps, and then he never even gets to the top of the key. By the time they get him the ball, he's on the baseline already. He's just faster than everybody else down the floor. And now, when you're trying to catch him, you foul him. He gets fouled a lot in transition on the baseline. And that's just because he's that fast. You know, I really think he's deceptively fast. And then, you know, he's a cagey kid. He's a smart player, so he gets people off balance, knows when to drive. He used to kind of be a kid that was only going to hurt you right-handed. Now he can hurt you with both hands. So he's developed his game. You know, and so he's a smart player, very athletic, but he also works hard. He looks like he never gets tired, you know, so he's obviously in great condition. A lot of really superlatives about him, I think that, you know, is why he's the all-time leader in free throw attempts at Iowa.
Did you plan on playing Jake that much, or was that was on foul trouble?
We knew if we were in foul trouble early with those bigs, Jake was going to play.
How frustrating was the foul trouble?
It's always frustrating when you're shorthanded, but at the same time, play hard without fouling. That's you know what we're trained to do. And so I thought I was disappointed that we weren't able to you know play better defense. They got 19 foul shots in the first half. You know, made 15 foul shots of the 19, and we still were barely over a point of possession. I think. You know, I think it was 35 and 31 or whatever points per possession. And you know, it ended up with fouls at the end, of course, but you know, we ended up not very good because of the foul. Anytime you give up free throw attempts, I mean, the point per possession on a free throw attempt is like 1.75 points per possession. It's a ridiculous amount against us. You know, so anytime our opponents are at the foul line, I mean, we're in trouble. And we did a better job when we got the lead. Like, remember we had a timeout and I said, what haven't they got? You know, the guys said, well, they haven't got many offensive rebounds. And they'd had actually 2 of them, so they were wrong. But then they'd had no foul shots and no transition is what they hadn't had. So, you know, I really thought our guys battled well, did a lot of good things. Simply the story of the game is those 4 possessions, I think. You know, I know there's bylines like we get hurt inside, but dang it, David Rivers is battling his butt off. He's you know, he's I don't know, he's probably down to about 185 pounds by now, you know. Walter is a true 4-man in there, and those guys are you know, are overloaded. And Ola Chaney and Woodbury are, you know, high clientele, you know, veteran guys that are very good. And so, you know, we hung around on the glass. We did get hurt inside, but, you know, we really had a chance to win the game, and you just can't give up consecutive threes like that. 11 points in 4 possessions is a killer.
Do you think Cabby and Moses and Leslie could have been improvement?
You know, we can only play with who we have, you know. And I love our guys. You know, we've lost some tough games. We're 0-2, but, you know, I'm not going to, you know, divorce them when things are bad and remarry them when things are good. You know, we just got to keep working and keep battling. Anything else?
Anything else for Coach Miles?
Thanks.